Welcome back to Metroplexity. We're on day 5 of this run now, and we have almost finished extracting hell from the slags. We still have one more suit piece that we need to get for her in order for her plan to escape, but given the bad luck that I had yesterday, uh, adventuring in the lab with Ocean Sight active, I think I'm going to try to burn off the rest of that before I continue on here. And there's a couple things that I can work on in the meantime. I could take some Slag's antidote to remove it completely, but I don't want to spend the body on that at the moment. So for now, I'm going to leave the Slags. And while I'm out here, pulling a shipment from the smuggler, who is starting to get a bit better about the stuff that gets shipped in. And now I'm going to head to the waterfront. Some more food. And change up my equipment a bit. Yeah, I suppose that's fine. I no longer need all of these techniques in my deck, so I can go back to the default. And yeah, let's hit the waterfront. So this is one of those Dr. Thomas encounters. Don't really get a whole lot out of it, so I'll ignore it for now, although I will get some more clips from the good doctor. So my goal here is to kill one of these things and get a lake serpent sample, because I'm going to need that a bit later on. Now I can burn off some more energy by making a bit more cut nova, since crafting takes energy. And now, let's see, I've still got 5 energy of Ocean Sight. I believe that now I will use my remaining energy to get another warehouse inventory, because I'm going to need that as well. Oh, and that actually came up pretty quickly. I'm not going to use it yet, because I need to advance further in a quest before I'll get the result that I want from it. So I've still got a few energy to burn off. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like even while etheric, I can go back into the lab outside of the slags and salvage that computer again. Ah, and I got a memory stick this time. Good, that's what I was hoping for. So I've still got a bit of energy to burn off. Yeah, I think my perception is high enough now for me to go ahead with reading this book. Your progress through this book is based on your unbuffed perception, and using it once gives you access to a computer lab, and using it enough times lets you learn the coding skill that will let you create software, and I'm going to need that. So it's base perception minus 5, and you got to make it through 20 chapters. So through 8, another 8, made it through the last 4, and now I need to use it one more time to get the simple coding skill. And as long as I'm at it, I might as well use quantum mechanics since I drank that orange juice yesterday, and make it through, learn the skill quantum mechanics for +3 to will. With all of that, now that I'm no longer etheric, I can go back to the slags, go in here, and I should be able to get a suit pretty quickly. I don't want to dismantle this computer because I'm going to need to use it a bit later. Okay, so this is the guy I rescued earlier. He gave me some pants. What do I actually need? So I already had a helmet and top, so that's everything I need. So I can talk to Hel, give her the suit, and now we can both just stroll on through. And she's going to go over to Southside and join up with Loki. I can talk to him, and the others don't really have too much to say at the moment. Hel is the one who's kind of taking charge now. So now that all 4 of them are together, it's time to start looking into Midgard. Now, all 4 of the survivors have their own approaches for how to investigate Midgard. So each one of them starts its own quest. You only have to do 2 of them in order to move on to the next stage, but you can do more if you like. And if some of the survivors got killed up to this point, your options will be limited. It's possible for Dr. Amundsen, Lo, and David to all get killed, in which case you get a separate quest from Hel for Dr. Amundsen being dead. It's not really one you want to do because it'll involve grinding up your chess skill before you can actually manage to move further forward in it. So ideally, at least one other survivor will still be alive. It's worthwhile to at least start all of the quests, even though you won't be able to really complete some of them if you don't complete them prior to picking a survivor to keep as your contact. But at the very least, the Lo and David ones are useful because of the things that they unlock that will still be available to you. So what does Hel want us to do? She wants us to check out a Midgard facility that's over in Southside, where people have been getting snatched and taken for medical stuff, experimentation and all that. So Hel wants me to get myself captured, infiltrate the place, and figure out what's going on in there. Dr. Amundsen, I was really supposed to talk to her earlier and tell her to head over to Mikhail's, so I'm going to have to go through a couple stages of that. And then that PDA that I picked up from the boss of the Fangs, have her take a look at that. And because I've moved far enough along, she wants me to look into that PDA. So she hands it over. Basically, she's saying that I need to hook it up to a Midgard system, infiltrate far enough into the computer security to activate it. And there's a couple different places where you can do that. The easiest one is that laboratory back inside the slags. David wants me to get in touch with some of those etheric creatures and try to find out what they know about what's going on. And the primary sources of that are either the fish people or the fairies, but there are some alternatives. I'm not going to get into that in this run. I'm going to go with Dr. Amundsen's hacking stuff because I need to prepare myself some hacking stuff anyway. And I'm going to do Lo's quest just to show off some of the crafting stuff involved. The four survivors have themes, basically. Dr. Amundsen is all about hacking and computers. Lo is about science and crafting. Hell is really about straightforward violence. And David is about the etheric stuff. And that will play into the next stage of the quest line too, once you pick one of them to be your primary contact. So now I can get started on those quests. So cut Nova, and if I look at my list of quests, you can see there's one overall quest about trying to figure out what's going on, and then each of the survivors has their own individual quest. So now, I guess the first thing I'll do is work on prepping for Dr. Amundsen for a bit. For that, I need to go to Metroplex U and head into the computer lab. I can ignore this guy. Okay, this guy is important for computer stuff. I can talk to him about hardware. And I can buy a PDA husk. And with that and the memory and the processor that I picked up earlier, if I go into my electronics crafting, so electronics is similar to chemistry, but it's not quite as wide open. You have one set of items that appears in this list and another set of items that appears in this list, and you whack them together and sometimes it'll make stuff. Then circuits are pretty much all quest recipes, and they may involve more than two pieces. So I want to make this functioning PDA. And I want to make a bit more stuff later, but for now, this is good. And I'm going to be spending some more money on a copy of the Midgard Protection Suite, so I get some software. I am probably going to have to do a bit of grinding for money soonish, but we'll see. So I'll equip that computer, and now if I go into my data tab, I can install that program. So this requires one processor and one memory, and I got 3 processor and 2 memory. And the way software works is when you're hacking, it's kind of like combat, but instead of techniques from your deck, you get dice, basically. So this program will provide 1 die, and these are the 6 faces of it. And every time I refresh my hand, I'll get a new one of these. And once I use it, it goes away until I choose to refresh my hand. And it also provides hardening, which is a sort of defense against certain countermeasures that you might encounter. And in addition, because I have 1 processor free, I'm going to have a free die that will give me some basic functions. The basic things that functions can do are offense, defense, command, and view, and they all interact in different ways with different software routines. So command will usually tell it to do something. View might be used to download some data or find out something about it. Defense protects you against countermeasures, and offense is used for shutting stuff down. So now that I got a computer, if I continue on in here, I should be able to find this system. So now if I hack into here, so this is hacking. There's a password lock on this system. So I can use this Midgard cleaner, which is an offensive function, and I smash through it. And now this is a set of class files, so there's various things that CS students have been storing on the server. And if I take a look at that, I can find some code that was sitting on there. But the alert went up high enough that now some defenses have started up, and this is going to cause the alert to ramp up faster. Unless I take it down like that. Now, ideally, I would like to get a combination of command and view here. And once the alert gets over 20, you're definitely running the risk of getting kicked off. Yeah, like that. Crash script, not what I was hoping for. Okay, those are important. You know what? Let me just check something, because I need to get code for a couple specific programs, and I want to see if maybe I'm misremembering the best ways to get it. Yeah, let's see. Might be better off just doing searching for code, because I will at least be sure of getting some code. Okay. Command script, and I've got two networking functions. So again, coding is all about combining bits of code to make more complicated things. So I'm going to make a remote command script because having lots of access to command is something that I'm going to need. But I'd also like to get a filtering script. Let's try a little bit longer to see if I can get a filtering script. And actually I might as well do this. Get myself some code finesse, which we don't really understand exactly what code finesse does, but it helps with hacking. There'll be times when you might say something takes one view and two command to pull off. If you have enough code finesse, you might be able to do it with one view and one command. And I got a filtering script. Okay, nice. So with that, take that filtering script and the networking functions and make a network defender. I don't have enough memory to run both the network defender and the remote command script, but things will be a little bit better later. I am going to have to make something else though. But for now, let's get a slightly better computer and finish up Dr. Amundsen's quest. So back to the slags. Get to here, make sure, yes, I have the medical ID equipped. This guy, the one bad thing about this is you can't get out of this encounter without spending energy. But I do actually need a containment suit again for something else. Let's see, it would be nice to have a recording so that I could get into this and skip the first level of security, but I can give it a try. Okay, that's not going to go well. I'm reminded that for this, I do actually want to make a crash, to use that crash script. Forgot about that. So for that, I'm going to need some more networking functions. In order to do that, it might actually be worthwhile to talk to that programmer. And I can get some money out of him while I'm at it, which I'm going to need. Ignoring the computer causes security to get suspicious about you. So I'm going to go ahead and keep hacking it, and it's possible I might get the thing that I'm looking for this way. Oh, okay, I managed to get some. Alright, so I can go back to coding that crash script with the networking functions and get a remote crash script. Install that. And now it's time to eat some food, I think. And back into here to try this again. Get a recording from them. And since I have a recording, I can play that and skip the first level of security. And this might actually be a pretty good setup to do this quickly because I need to smash through this thing and then have a command available. Now it's possible that this could block my attack, but having the ancient code active for some code finesse will help reduce the chance of that. And it worked, made it past that. Now I need to attach the encrypted PDA, run some command through there, and I get some encrypted files and a FANG PDA, which has some more memory and a hardening bonus. And I don't have anything else I need to do in here right now, so I will just log out. And go ahead and equip that PDA. Actually, since I'm through here, so yeah, let's keep going in here, and I need to try and get another suit piece anyway. Processor chip. What I actually need is another memory stick, so I might have to actually craft that myself. How am I doing for miscellaneous parts? Memory stick requires 6 circuit fragments, so I'm okay there. Well, let me talk to Dr. Amundsen, give her the file, and this is another way of getting in touch with Dr. Thomas. Okay, and if I check on quests, Dr. Amundsen's quest is completed, so it's removed from here, and I can see that I've started making some progress to show that Midgard special projects may be involved in all this weird stuff. But now I have to find some more evidence to be convincing that that is the case. Right, can't take the Metros from inside there. So back to the university. And there's a few things that need to be done. Let's see. I want to get the girl selling books again. And get a copy of Electrical Engineering 3. Using that will teach me a few electronics recipes, and I'm going to need these for Lo's quest. I think, how am I doing on parts? Bunch of frayed cables. Yeah, I'm going to need Electrical Engineering 1 as well, which unfortunately got to spend the full price on. Which teaches me how to make a signal analysis circuit, thick cabling, and a capacitor array, all things that I'm going to need. And it also removes a couple potential recipes from an encounter here in the lab. I'm going to talk to this guy because I need to get some money. So I'm going to help him cheat at his programming assignments. I guess I could harvest this for parts, but I believe that gets security pissed off. So I'll just play some games, get some experience. So checking the top shelf can learn some recipes. Processor chip is not the one I was hoping for. So I should have a search script. Yeah, 50 credits for that. I believe I have a filtering script. Yeah, so I can give him that. Then there's a very tiny little kind of PvP thing in here based off uh, what stuff you're using. If you have different, I forget if it's equipment or techniques that plays into this. No, still not the one that I wanted. Okay, memory stick. Yep, I want electronics. And I should be able to make a memory stick. Time to take some more Nova, do a couple hits of that. I'm going to stay in here just a little bit longer, just because I should be able to get another 50 credits from that that guy I'm helping to cheat. Okay, and with that, I can afford to buy another PDA husk. And I might as well keep hitting this. There's a skill that I can get from looking at these files enough times. I'm going to need to come back here for that code finesse bonus, but I don't need it right now. Okay, buy another one of those. And now I can make a linked handheld. And that is an offhand item that can give me an extra point of memory, and now I'll be able to run 2 programs. And honestly, I guess I might as well just put it on. The defense on here is going to be important later, not so much at the moment, but it's something. There's a chance at some of the other stuff, which could be useful. Let's see. Now, although I'm not going to need to do any computer stuff for a bit, so that might be more useful, having the shield equipped. So I've got some containment pants and a helmet. I'm going to need a top to make this next bit easier. But before then, I'm going to head over to the Happy Hour Dance Club over here to get started on something for Lo. Because I believe it mentions in here that, yeah, there's an arms dealer who spends his time in there, and he might know something. Get this since this is my first time heading in. If I hadn't cleared out the riots, I would have been forced to buy a drink and I wouldn't be able to go into the VIP room. And the VIP room is where I need to get. So this guy is one of the reasons that you might want to get in touch with Dr. Thomas, because he is your best bet for grinding credits if you run out. Because you can just tell him, I need some cred, and he'll give you a fresh cred chip. which gets you a decent number. This guy is what I needed to get in touch with, though, for Lo. He sells you weapons, explosives, stuff for crafting. I'm going to need more credits because I need to buy some of the crafting stuff from him, but I don't need that just yet. So asking about the protein analyzer for Lo. So the first option is to pay him 500 credits. That is not really reasonable to do in run under most circumstances. So I'm going to ask him if there's anything else I can do. So I need to go get a shipment that has fallen into the lake for him. Yes, taken by fish people. So I'm in. In order to make that easier for me, though, I need the full containment suit. So I'm going to check my equipment. Yeah, throw on a basic scope. Since I can continue to get pieces from the guy I helped, but I can also potentially get some a more violent way. Let's see, which pieces do I need? Helmet, top. Oh, that was the one I needed. Okay, don't have to kill anybody. Just got it. You can save various outfit bits. I've got one that has the all the containment pieces in it. Okay, so with that, I can head back out here and check out the lake. And maybe I'll try killing some of those drones if I run into more. Writhing masses are really easy to run away from as long as they haven't grabbed onto you. Okay, this is a new encounter while I'm on this quest to get the stuff for the arms dealer. What happens here depends on if you've got a containment suit and whether you have ocean eyes or not. Since I have the ocean eyes skill and a containment suit, I can just jump right in, get the shipment. Without it, you might have trouble or you might have to fight some of those writhing masses. Go back to Metroplexity. Back into the VIP room. And there you go. So now that he's got it, he'll tell me about what happened with the smugglers. Basically, they screwed up and their stuff got taken by Midgard, and it's now stored in that warehouse down by the docks. And since I know that now, see, I know that they're being stored in the warehouse on the docks. Since I found out about that, I can use this warehouse inventory and it'll tell me exactly where they are because I know what I'm looking for now. Let's see. Got some nitro. Change up my outfit a bit. head to the docks. I'm gonna need more credits, so I might have to spend a little time grinding them. But for now, let's work on getting those pieces. So to get into the manager's office, I got to get through a locked door. You can try and do it quietly by swiping an ID. You can try and blow it open with dynamite, some nitro, try to break the door down. There's other ways that I don't have the pieces for at the moment. The nitro will get me through, but it'll up the alert rate in here, which means I'll probably be running into more combats, which would be a bit annoying. So actually, I'm going to pass on that for now. And let's see. The salvaging tools, and I'm going to need braid cables. Oh, I need some more circuit fragments if I'm going to get in that way. So maybe I will pass on that for now. Alright, I need a Midgard cap so I can talk to those guys. I'm going to go ahead and swipe the worker's ID just so I can find out that there's somebody who has a higher ranking one. And with that, that'll unlock a new encounter with the supervisor. And so now I want to get some stealth power, and hopefully that'll be enough. Okay, if I can get the 1 bit from there. So now here's the supervisor. Since I've pumped up my stealth power, hopefully I'll be able to follow after her and just yoink the card from her. So I can swap back over to this stuff. Oh, that's not good. I guess noticing that her ID was stolen ramps up the alert quite a bit. Those are pretty good. I'll hang on to that fish for now. Just eat a caramel bar instead. Take some cut nova. So now I'm into here, and there is a hidden safe if you search the walls, but in order to get the password, I need to find out somebody's birth date. You can check the calendar, but you have to do that multiple times in order to get the one you actually need. So I'm going to go ahead and hack the computer and just take a look at it. So let me just make a note of those birth dates because I don't know which one it is yet. Okay. And don't really need anything else from in there. Now I just need to get back to that group of employees. I guess as long as I'm here, I can do that. Okay, if I stop in chat, since I'm wearing a Midgard cap, they think I might be one of them. And so let's see, the manager's kid is Amber, who was August 14th. Don't need the cap anymore. Might as well try and take one of these guys down with me. And yeah, after you lose fights, sometimes you'll get hints about what might help you win them in the future. Okay. Search the office walls, find a keypad attached to a safe. And now, it's actually been a while since I did this. Trying to remember the rules for the password. Okay, no 0 in front of the month. So that makes it 14. Open it up, get a few bits and bobs, and the unstable emitter, which is the thing that I needed for Lo. However, in order to make use of that, I'm going to need to get some armory tools back from the arms dealer. And let's see, how much do I need from him to get just those tools? So I need 200 credits in order to get the blowtorch. So it's back to the university, into the VIP room, and try to grind up some credits. For which this guy remains quite useful. And these guys can drop a bit too. Okay, so that gives me enough credits. Yeah, I was just seeing if I'd run into the guy again. So tomorrow I will be able to buy the utility blowtorch that I'll need to do some metalworking, and then I will be able to put together the protein analyzer for Lo. Once I do that, I can feed in some various parts from etheric creatures to analyze them, and then I will be able to complete Lo's quest. And as soon as that's done, I can move on to Old Town. Given that I'm fairly close now, there's the possibility that I might be able to wrap this up tomorrow. We will see. Lo's stuff is fairly involved, and I may need to get a few more bits and bobs in order to craft everything I need for him. At the very least, I'm going to need... Actually, I think I've got some spares of some of the stuff that I need. I'll take stock of that before the next session, and we'll see how things go. See you guys next time.